Hello, my love, your favorite fabulous fairy here, and I just survived the 17th door. What is the 17th door? Well, the 17th door is an extreme haunted house in LA, California. And I went there last night with my twin flame and his best friend for his birthday, for his best friend's birthday. It was intense, to say the least. So basically, this isn't going to be a spoiler because the last day of this particular event was yesterday. So if you want to go to the 17th store next year, there's going to be a whole new attraction. Last year, it was the barber, and at the end of it, they would like shave a 17 in the back of your head, which I'm really glad I didn't go do that because I would have cried if somebody would have shaved my head. But this year, it was called like Mama or something like that, and it was just as twisted. So first of all, why would I want to go put myself through an extreme haunt? Why, right? Well, I have worked for a haunted house since I was 15. It's an amazing, awesome, cool haunted house. Look it up, the coolest haunted house in Sanger, California. If you can't find it, too bad for you. But I literally have 15 years under my belt on that. Now that one, it's fun. It's family oriented. Yeah, we have some scary. Yeah, we have some cool. Yeah, we have this and yeah, we have that. But as somebody who tries to push themselves, I wanted to see how much can I take? What are my limits? Is something actually going to scare me? Because let's be honest, a haunted house has not scared me since I was like 8, 9 years old. I mean, maybe when I was 13, somebody got a couple jump scares on me, but pretty much since I've been working for the one that I've been working for, you can't scare me. I really wish you could. I walk through haunts going, this is awesome. This is cool. What? Did you see that? Whoa, great, good job. Yeah, you're rock. Oh yes, very scary, very scary. That's about what you get from me. So we're pushing our limits of ourselves with the 17th door. Okay, so you start off, you come up to this really awesome big industrial building. There's all this chain link fencing outside with green backlighting, and the first thing you hear is a taser go off and somebody scream. Not joking. And I'm thinking, oh God. And then you look up on the wall and there's a giant warning and it says, warning, if you're pregnant or smoking or have PTSD or blah, 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 you probably don't need to go through this. It also says it's a physical activity. You're going to need to maybe run, climb, fall, slide, blah, blah, blah. Like, some of the stuff it didn't do to us, but I think they put it on there because the fear of not knowing is literally the worst. Like, I didn't have to climb anything. I didn't have to, you know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff I didn't have to do. I didn't have to eat a bug or anything like that. But it says that it's a possibility. So it's like you're going in going, oh shit, I hope that they don't shove a cockroach down my mouth, you know? Because that wouldn't make me very happy. So the fear of not knowing and having this giant spotlighted warning saying, you probably shouldn't go to this event. Nobody makes it through. That's totally a thing. So then they have these, excuse my French, but these pussy badges. Excuse me. No, they're not, excuse me. They are mercy badges. Excuse me, mercy badges. They're a blue glow stick, and if you wear it, you're supposed to get some sort of mercy. The people aren't supposed to attack you as much, maybe not throw so many bugs at you, maybe not electrocute you as much, or something like that. I was debating the entire time up there, do I need this, do I not need this? But at the end of the day, I thought, you know, if I do it without the badge, I might not make it through, but at least I know I tried, and at least I pushed myself to that limit. So that was my choice. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to do this. I'm going to push myself, and I'm going to go in without the badge on. So that's what we did. We got the VIP virtual reality start off experience. So basically, they have these two beautiful creepy nurses. They're S&M as it gets. They've got like their little dresses buttoned, only like the button that goes right here is buttoned, and so all of this is open. They've got you know, tights going on, was it fishnets, and they had like this weird strappy harnessy looking thing, and their black gloves and their crazy blue hair and their crazy blue lips and their crazy contacts, and they talked very droll. All right, you're going to need to get up now. Get up! Okay. Now you're going to have to take your medicine. Open your mouth. And they grab your mouth and then they squirt the stuff in your mouth. It tasted like watered down Kool-Aid, but I got the stuff squirted in my mouth. She kind of squirts it in your mouth, on your face, everywhere. And you just say, thank you. Thank you, may I have another, you know. And so then those nurses, they start off by showing you a video. And what's really cool is as you're watching the video, there's some guy screaming like, you can't make me do this, you can't make me do this, and it literally sounds like he's being murdered, and then something slams into the wall, and the whole time she's like, eyes forward. And at first I thought it was somebody going through the haunt, but I'm pretty sure it's just part of the haunt, because you hear this other person being terrified and you haven't even gotten in yet, and you're hearing them scream that you can't force me to do this, and the person's like, yes we can, and so you got this in your mind like, oh fuck, what is coming around the corner? Oh my gosh. So anyways, they strap you into a chair, they put a VR headset on you. I already knew I was going to be electrocuted. I already knew, because they kind of warn you there was electrical shock in this VR. So they put it on, they strap your arms down, and first thing you see is a shaky doctor coming at you with this needle, and he goes to stab you right here, and it hurts, it electrocutes you, and it feels like you got stabbed. And then he like shakes, and he gets you again, and he gets you again, because he can't shake, and then blood squirts out of you and all over his mask and stuff like that. So the VR ride's pretty cool. That was like 15 minutes. And at one point in time, he puts the TINS unit connected to your wheelchair. And so you're watching this through your VR. And when he puts it on, the electrical goes through your arms. Now, let me tell you, that hurt. Okay, that really did hurt. I have a syrinx. It's like it's like a problem with my nerves. And so it's making my hands go like this. And I was like, I almost mercied out. I really almost did. But right about the time where I was like, okay, because he does it medium, high, and then super high. When he did it to super high, I was like about to mercy out. And then it was done. The ride was over. And I was like, oh, thank God this part is over. Because then I thought, well, maybe that's the only part I'm going to get electrocuted on. Because I did not enjoy the electrocution, let's be honest. I mean, it was shocking, but it wasn't like, I'm not as scared of it. I just didn't enjoy being hurt. You know what I mean? Like that wasn't my thing. So anyway, so then you go on. She starts telling us if it's a green light, we go through the door. If it's a red light, you can't go through the door. So our light was green, and we went through, and the whole thing, it starts off with a girl in a mental institution, and they're basically forcing her to love a baby doll because she's been forcefully raped by some dude. And she tried to kill her baby, or she successfully killed her baby. So now they're going to have her love this baby, right? Well, as you go through the haunt, eventually there's a rape scene, and I think it's the same girl getting raped again, because the doctor came up with the idea that the only way she's going to get over her fear of pregnancy is if she's pregnant again. So then you're walking by this one shadow, and it shows like a silhouette of a girl with her hand up, and she's against the wall looking depressed, and there's a little bit of a bump of a belly, and then all of a sudden it expands and it gets bigger, and then the next one she's huge and fat and the belly is huge, and you can just like hear her being depressed and stuff like that, because like she was forcefully raped a second time to get pregnant, so that and she's in jail, by the way. They're in prison or an asylum or whatever it is. So that was kind of crazy, because like if you have any problems like it says rape triggers and child abuse triggers and all kinds of things like that, so it's like it kind of did trigger me a little bit to see that, because the girl did a really good job of playing very anguished, you know, very like, oh, this is not what I want for my life, I'm forced into this, blah blah. And so you do kind of feel bad for her. There's some really cool things. There's people jumping around from bed to bed to bed above you. Everybody's standing with a damn cattle prod in their hand. Bzz, bzz, bzz. Yeah, I'm serious. A cattle prod, like, shock you. I didn't purposely witness them actually shock anybody with the cattle prod, but they get damn close. Damn close. And they shock you with everything else. So I don't know why they're not shocking you with the cattle prod. Like, I mean, I'm grateful I didn't get tasered like that, but I mean, did people get tasered? Up in the air, I would assume yes. You know, honestly, I would assume yes. Especially if you would consent and give permission. And the guy kept saying that he didn't need to give consent because we had signed a waiver, but he just wanted it because he likes to hear people say yes. And my love was like, I'm not giving you consent. And his guy was like, I'm not giving you consent. And then the guy just looks at me, and I'm just like, not saying shit. I'm not saying shit, you know? So that was kind of interesting. Very beautiful pig guy with all these teeth coming out. Very cool, white face, jokerly kind of punk dude walking around. Very cool. There was a nasty scene where it smelled like manure really, really bad, and there's like crunchy things all over the ground. And then the lights come on, and this guy starts spraying water all over your face. And it didn't stink, the water itself. I like went like this and smelled it. The water itself just smelled like water. But the fact the whole room stinks, you're like thinking this is going to be some nasty things. However, the couple next to me, I saw when the lights came on, them straight up pour some nasty looking yellow slimy with crap inside of it all over this guy's head, all over his girlfriend. So I'm glad it wasn't against the wall. The duder in the room, that was the main guy in the room, had a boner like this big. Okay, I'm not even kidding. I like asked my guy, I'm like, was that his or was that fake? Like, how's he keeping that up and that smell? We think it was fake, but he's got tighty whities on and a boner, and he's standing up there going, yeah, with his little, his little sword going side to side, and he's like, it's feeding time. And then they start throwing cockroaches at us. I am not a cockroach person, and the lights come on, and you see there's cockroaches literally everywhere. Some are fake, some are real. Only one actually hit me, and I got it out of my hair really quick, but my sister has a phobia of cockroaches, and I think she might have had a heart attack in that room. Like, once the lights came on, she might have legit had a heart attack. I don't know how I didn't. I guess because I knew I was only going to be in the room so long, so I was just like, okay, just get me out of here, right? Which is kind of weird because in a normal haunt, you're allowed to conga line, you're allowed to run. I mean, not run, but you know what I mean? You can go at your own pace or whatever. In this place, you're forced to stay in each room X amount of time. So it's like a really, really guided tour because you're forced to be in the room, and then you're forced to go into the next room when the light turns green and things like that. And sometimes there's hallways in between rooms that you're having to wait in, and sometimes the suspense on what's on the other side is really messed up. For instance, one time they put us in a room that had video cameras everywhere, and you see this crazy clown let people in and then attack them one time with like a blowtorch thingy. Not a blowtorch, what was that? Like a fire hydrant, right? And I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, I can take that. Just like, you know, when we walk in the room, close your eyes and like don't breathe, right? Is what I'm thinking. And then we see on the because there's all these video cameras, we see the clown let these people in, and he just runs at somebody with a cattle prod and just shocks the F out of this guy. And the guy's on the ground and keeps shocking him. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't want that to happen. And on the video, it shows the guy knocking on the different doors. There's 3 doors around us. And you can hear each time it knocks on the door. Well, he knocks on our door. Boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, okay, I was actually nervous to go into that room because I thought it was going to be the crazy clown. There was no crazy clown. It was just a mental mind fuck, okay? It was like showing you, this is what you're about to do. Are you prepared for this? I was like, hell no, I ain't prepared for that. But then we didn't have to go through it anyway. So that was like, oh my God, right? They put you in a firing line and they put a bag over your head and they shoot you. I probably would have been legit pretty scared at this point in time because there's holes all through the back of this thing. So you're walking through and first you see the holes in the light coming through, like, okay, there's hella gunshots on this, like, what is this, right? And then they put you in the hole, they put you on the bag, and then like I already knew because we had done some research that this was where we're gonna get shot, so cover your face because it's like it could hurt. So I instantly covered my face. I mean, bags up, but I went like this, you know what I mean? And they start shooting you. They don't shoot you for as long as I thought. But again, the whole time I'm in it, I'm enduring it because I knew it was coming. So I was like, okay, I'm just here to endure this. I'm here to see how much I can take. That's what this is, right? I want to see if I can be afraid or not. And at this point in time, I'm walking through apprehensive, but not scared. Okay. So like, I'm not actually scared of anything. The actors don't scare me. It doesn't matter how good your makeup is or how good your mask is. That doesn't scare me. But the threat of physical pain, nah, that's where my little bit of worry came from, definitely. Because I don't like pain. I'm in a lot of pain on my own. Anyways, I don't need other people to help me with that. So then after they put you in that box, you get put in several boxes. So then and they're tiny. They're like little tiny like lockers that my shoulders were like, and then my guy's a big old guy. I don't know how he fit. They put you in a locker to hide you from the doctor, which is this pig doctor one time. And then he sticks the taser in, like, right through the little hole. And then right when he does that, the back of the locker opens up and some girl grabs you. And I thought maybe that might have shocked me. But honestly, I was so focused on the pig. When she grabbed me, I was just like, oh, cool, I'm out of here now? Nice. They put you in a gas chamber. And you're all in your own individual gas chambers. Which I thought I was going to be in the gas chamber with my love. And when we went talking about it, I was picturing like a big room, we were all going to be in it and it's going to fill up and blah blah blah. But then when I found out that I'm going to be in a gas chamber by myself, I almost mercied out right that second. And the lady even was like, this is your last chance to mercy. Once you're in, there's no stopping. I was like, oh my God, I might need to mercy on this. But I went in. They tell you you're about to die by gas the gas starts filling up. I held my breath, and as soon as I saw it coming in, I mean, I knew it was just fog juice, but mentally, I wasn't able to breathe. You know what I mean? I was just like, I couldn't do it. You know what I mean? Which means I would have been the fool in a real gas chamber that held my breath until the point where I took one big breath and then died horribly and coughed, and, you know, your lungs come out your throat and all that. Anyway, so it's filling up, and then the box itself starts going like this. And then all of a sudden, boom, you're released. And you're dropped backwards. You're released into a ball pit. Now, it's a very comfortable ball pit. And again, I kind of knew this was coming. So, like, when this is happening, I was like, okay, this is this part, you know. But if I hadn't known that was coming, that probably would have scared the bejesus out of me. Because just the free fall itself. So I was kind of looking forward to that part because I figured, well, that's not going to hurt, you know. And it didn't. That was awesome. You land on a pillow, you know, and it's got little balls all over it. So that was fine. And then came what I knew was going to be the worst part. I am claustrophobic, and I had heard that at one point in time they make you crawl, and something told me when they crawl, they're going to put you in what we like to, oh God, what we call it? We call it the vagina, okay? Because we have these two big black airbags, and they inflate super tight, and you have to put your hands like this, and I always put my face down, and you like push through as you come through, and it's a long tunnel. Well, they had one of these inflatable airbag things, but they had it above, and you were going to have to crawl below. I was not down. I was so not down. And this was probably the part where I knew I would really have a freak out if I was going to freak out, because I know how tight those airbags get. I could see that they had only left, you know, this much room for you to crawl. And my love, like I said, he's a big guy, big tummy. I was instantly terrified for him. I didn't know if he was going to make it. I didn't know if he was going to fit. I didn't know if his friend was going to fit. He's kind of a big guy too. They're like 6 something, and they each got a little bit of a belly on them, and I had no idea if this was going to work. So guy tells me, get to the end. My job is to grab Paula's tits. I was like, okay. And so I see my hole. I see the bag isn't inflated yet. So I don't even know where I got the strength to do this. I don't know how I did it, because when I got out, I was in a little bit of pain from just the physical activity of it. But I basically booked it, okay? I hit that tunnel, and I went on my knees and on elbows and my hands, like, as quick as I possibly could, because I realized the bag wasn't inflated yet, and I knew it was going to. I knew it was going to inflate, and I knew they were going to inflate it to the fullest, and I did not want to be stuck in that tunnel, pushed down. I would have cried. I would have had a panic attack. I know I would have had a panic attack. I'm just a special kind of snowflake like that. I don't like tight spaces. And so I just remembered being a kid, and I just went and I just tried to get through that tunnel as quick as I possibly could. And as soon as I got in the tunnel, it started to inflate, and I didn't know how long the tunnel was going to be, and there was a turn. If I had been stuck in that thing with it blown up and I had to make the turn, no, I would have lost my mind. I really would have. That would have been the most scary thing I had ever been. I don't know, how many people do they have to fish out of there is my question. So I hit the corner, I'm like, ah! And I feel this way, there's an opening, so I go that way. It's starting to like really get tight in there now. And then all of a sudden I'm feeling pain, like extreme pain. I'm thinking, oh, what did I do? What did I do? And I start lifting my hands up. The floor is electric. The floor that I'm crawling on is electric. I'm getting electrocuted as I'm stuck in this tube with the thing coming down. I'm not happy. So then I'm just like, I'm either going to sit here and continue to get electrocuted, or I'm going to get electrocuted the whole way through. So then I just like, do, and I get the hell out. Okay, so I'm waiting. My guy isn't coming out. His friend isn't coming out. I'm like, what in the hell? And then Paula, the dude, it was funny because at the end of it, they had a guy dressed up like the girl who had been raped at the beginning, and she's all fat and ugly with like the 5 o'clock shadow going on. So I'm Paula, you don't recognize me? And I was like, oh, okay, I see what happened. You turned into a horrible woman because your life has been horrible. I'm sorry for you. So anyways, I'm waiting, and then finally they come out, and the look on my guy's face was like, you could tell he got stuck. He's all, I didn't like that. I mean, at the end of the day, it was all awesome, but it definitely was trying to push your limits. So then after that, you're expecting something else, and then boom, you're out. You're out, and there's a picture you take, and then you go. And I was just like, for like the longest time afterwards, because you kind of don't know if it's over or not. Is this part of the experiment or whatever? Because there's only 17 doors, but you go into 14, and then 14 is the last door that's numbered correctly. Then you go into 18, 19, 20. And that screws with you because you're thinking, I was safe at 17. We passed 17. So I think that's part of the psychological too. Oh, the other thing, they had this one room with this, I didn't understand what was going on, but they had this big, like, Tesla coil kind of thing, in the middle, and it was spinning, and it had some red light coming off it, and out of nowhere, an explosion goes off in that room, and I was legit shaking, like, PTSD shaking for, like, 3-4 minutes after that, because loud noises really mess with my PTSD, and so when it exploded, I was like, for like a long time. I'm like, we're out of the room. There's no more danger, but I'm still like, because of that room. Oh, how did I forget about this? You watch a guy lose his life, right? They're doing an electrocution on a dude, putting him to death. He was just one of the inmates at the thing. And the lights go out, and then it comes back up, and you see him get shocked, and then they shock you. They shock you on the seat that you're sitting on, and it's a hard freaking shock. My love says he got his hey nanner electrocuted. He's all like, that woke me up, and now I don't know if I can work anymore. He's all, they're still buzzing. So if you're a guy, wear some thick pants, because I was wearing like leggings, and that went right through, and my guy's gym shorts went right through, and Chris, I think, was wearing jeans, and he didn't complain about getting his nuts zapped. So maybe pants was the way to go on that one. But all in all, it was super freaking cool. We had a lot of fun. I was impressed that we made it out. I kind of didn't think I was going to be able to make it. I really had my doubts on that because it was definitely an intense thing. The fear of not knowing is definitely one of their biggest things because they list all this stuff that is going to happen to you, and a lot of it didn't happen, but the couple things that did heighten your mind that, oh, this other stuff's going to happen too. And so that whole mysterious fear of not knowing, that's definitely where they got you. So 17th door in LA. If you're down, go next year. Who knows what it'll be next year. Definitely do a little bit of research before you go, because like I said, last year was barber and they shave your head at the end, and I mean, if you're not down with that, maybe get the mercy badge so you don't get shaved. I made it through without a mercy badge. I'm proud of myself. There was definitely times I almost said mercy though. So, be aware of that. Kind of know yourself and just see how far you can take it. So if you want an extreme haunt, there it is, 17th door, check it out. All right, everybody, love you so much. Hella new stuff on Patreon this month. We're doing Facebook Lives and all kinds of cool stuff. So click the links below. Let me know if you like this video. Click a like, click a subscribe, all this, all that. And I'll talk to you later. Bye. I almost forgot, at the very beginning, there's this nurse that came to get us. And she starts grabbing the girl's hair and she starts going like this. There's a girl at the front of our line. She starts playing with it. She's got the black gloves and all. And then she starts going like this. And then she goes, come on, and she gets her by the hair and pulls her up by the hair and takes her. And I was like, wow. Really, wow. Well, all right, this is where we're going with this. Makes sense because they're the S&M nurses, right? And then we were in the shaky elevator, crazy elevator that doesn't, it's not going to make it. You can tell it's not going to make it. And it's shaking and faulting, and the lights are flickering, and the priest is like, who is the most scared? Because there's a priest in there, and he's a scary looking priest too, and he's all, you, and he points at me, and he's all, sits me on the chair, and he's all gives me some blessing, and he has a stamp on the paper, and he stamps my forehead. So, not 100% on that either. He says it was my blessing, but it was fun. Okay, anyways, yeah.